Can anybody guess what the root cause essentially is on everything that makes us feel like we constantly need to be healing? This is the whole point of the darkness, guys. Otherwise, what is the point of being here? Let me repeat that. It is hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. My name is Andrea Johnson. I'm a Reiki master teacher and energy work practitioner and manifestation coach. Welcome to Conscious Coffee Talks, where we discuss topics to expand our consciousness and improve our lives. Let's dive in. All right, guys, so Spirit is nudging me to make this video. It has been a topic that has been repetitively coming up in my client sessions, the trap of shadow work. I call this the healing trap, the shadow side of shadow work, essentially. It's where people get caught in the constant negative thought loop of thinking that they have to heal, or constantly getting stuck in the victim mindset. So what I mean by this, guys, is when people actually get stuck in shadow work, when people get almost addicted to doing shadow work and start identifying themselves with somebody who constantly needs to do shadow work. What I want to cover in this video is how to properly be doing shadow work and the whole point behind it. I'm also going to give you 2 ways in which we can process the energy so then you do not get stuck constantly doing shadow work for the same things, getting stuck in that negative feed loop of the brain, right? So the whole point of shadow work, guys, is to shine light on our darkness, acknowledge it, process it, and then move on. And then the next time that energy hits our field, we know what it is. We can say, hey, thank you for the learning lesson again, but my perception is higher now. My reality is higher now. So let's go into how we can do that. First off, guys, I am just going to give you the root cause of what causes us to feel like we constantly need to be healing. Can anybody guess what the root cause essentially is on everything that makes us feel like we constantly need to be healing? It is the idea that you feel like there's something wrong. Let me repeat that. It is the thought that you think there is something wrong with you. It is the rejection of yourself and your emotions in the moment. It is the illusion of separation. You've just forgotten who you are. All right, guys. All right. Good video, good talk. Just kidding. Essentially, guys, that's really what it is. It is the illusion of separation. So what has happened whenever we do shadow work is you are feeling a lower level frequency in your life, right? You are feeling lower level vibrations, emotions, energy in motion. So there is something that is triggering you, and you want to embark on shadow work to figure out what it is, what subconscious beliefs that you are holding, thoughts that you are holding, and therefore energy in the body that is causing this. As you embark on the shadow work journey, trying to figure out the root cause of what has caused this dis-ease in your reality and therefore body, finally identify it, whatever story you want to tell yourself that it is, that you can fully accept, meaning you 100% believe, okay, this is the root cause. I feel it in my body, like, yes, this is it. Okay, cool. And then people stop there. They don't fully process it. They think if they identify it, and don't get me wrong, guys, identifying it is part of the process. You have to shine light on darkness, but then you have to actually transmute that energy, right? The first way you can process the emotions, guys, is taking control of your conscious awareness. What you focus on in your life is what manifests for you. So Law of Attraction 101. Where you place your conscious attention will be what manifests for you. And that is even to stay on lower level frequencies. If you keep your conscious attention on things that you deem wrong in your life, because you are judging yourself, right? The things that you deem negative or wrong, you have assigned that logic to this energy, right? Because energy is neither good nor bad. It just is. You're telling yourself something is wrong, so therefore something is wrong, and you're placing your conscious focus on that, so it's going to manifest further and further, and it's going to eat you alive on the inside. What we want to do is take control of our thoughts. Where are you placing your conscious attention, right? Where you want to place your conscious attention is on the good things, on the things that feel good for you. That's why gratitude lists are so important, guys, because it manifests more of it in your life. So that is actually an exercise you can do to help pull you from this trap, is making a gratitude list and being thankful for the things that you already have going for you, because we tend to forget about the good things in our life, right, guys? You have to focus on what it is you want to create in your life, because that is just how our brain works. So place your conscious focus on things that you want to be manifesting in your life. This could be an end goal that you have for your life. Say it's like buying a house, okay? One of your big goals is buying a house. Place your conscious focus there, not on the fact that you don't have said house yet, because it will keep you stuck in that lack, and it will be very, very hard for you to make traction towards said manifestation, because your consciousness, your conscious awareness is what creates your reality. So if you focus on the lack, then it comes back to you more. So you have to place your conscious attention on what you want to create, okay? So this could also be like a dream business, advances in your job, promotions, things like that. Things that are going to bring in abundance in your life, make you feel happy, make you feel valued, right? They're going to build you as a person. Those are the things that typically humans look for with our goals. So place your conscious focus there. And what happens, guys, is the brain is wired to get there, right? It's wired to find the easiest route possible in your reality. It's going to create a reality around getting to the end goal of what you want to create, as long as you hold that vision, right? You can't forget about it. You have to hold that vision. This is part of manifesting, by the way. It will create a reality around getting there. It will pull you from that trap of the not feeling good, right? So when we stop focusing on trying to heal our chakras, or trying to heal dis-ease in the body, or trying to heal what we feel like is wrong in our lives, whatever is triggering us, when we stop focusing on it, those things dissipate. There's two parts to it. You have to take control of your consciousness to then be able to focus it on what you do want to create in your life, but you also have to give those dark parts of you, that shadow self, you have to give it attention to. There is power in pain, guys. What I mean by this is if you don't actually shine light on the darkness, you can never fully process it. So if we take our conscious awareness and we focus on only the good things that we want to create in our life, which is part of the process, the shadow part of us is going to be stuck in the body. You won't really recognize it until you're triggered again. And then you have to walk through taking control of your consciousness and placing it on the thing that you want. The whole goal of shadow work, guys, is to learn from our shadow self, to learn more about ourselves and self-discovery from a place of non-judgment and self-acceptance, which processes the energy in your body. It is to learn about ourselves and then understand why it is we are feeling the way that we are feeling. We are assigning logic to it, but we are not identifying ourselves with that logic. It's very important. You have to be the observer. It is just energy. Wisdom comes from this, guys. You gain wisdom, and therefore when you gain wisdom, you add value to you as a being, right? Then thus raising your vibration. So when you can look at the darker aspects of yourself from a place of non-judgment and self-acceptance, and understand why it is the way that you are, even if it meant that you had childhood trauma, okay? I self-accept. This is the way I am. This is the way I'm feeling. And that is okay, because energy is neither good nor bad. It just is, okay? And then when you shine light on it, self-acceptance brings self-love, transmutes that energy into love, and then lets the body process it. And then when we understand why it is the way that we are, we gain wisdom, and therefore when you have wisdom of experiences in life experiences, the whole reason that you are here, your soul's evolution, you then get a higher perception shift. When you get a higher perception shift, guys, your reality up levels. You shift from the 3D to the 5D. You are no longer in lower level frequencies. So then next time life wants to test you again with something similar, you don't even have it enter into your reality, because your perception shift is so high. When something happens, you see it as happening for you, not to you. You see the divine synchronicity, the signs and symbolism. You take the learning of, this is up-leveling me. Let's figure out what I can learn from this, not how is this bringing me down, and pulling me down and life happening to me, and I have no control over my life and my external world. When you do, you have control over how you think, act, and feel, which is going to then create your external reality, okay? You can't control the incidences that happen, but you can control how you handle the situation. So when you see something that's happening for you, it shifts that vibration to a high frequency vibration. And then you can create a reality around it when you take action from that point of being, how you handle situations. This is emotional intelligence. So let's recap here. You do need 2 parts, guys, to process the energy to fully do shadow work, okay? You have to take control of your conscious awareness. So being the observer, not identifying with the emotions because it's energy. It's not truly who you are. Who you are is God consciousness. Using this body, having a human experience for a little while. Energy has just entered into your field. You look at it as something that's helping you up-level yourself, leaning in to those uncomfortable moments and self-accepting the way that you feel and not judging yourself, not rejecting, but giving yourself love and compassion and self-acceptance in the moment, because you're always right where you're supposed to be, doing all the things you're doing, feeling what you're supposed to be feeling, right? To help you on your soul's evolution to what you want to create in your life. Whether you realize what you're wanting to create or not, you're creating every single day. Your life is the manifestation. So when you do this, you then process the energy and then the body lets it go. You up-level yourself because you understand the higher perception shifts. You actually see how it's happening for you. And next time life wants to test you, it doesn't even enter into your reality. That low-level frequency doesn't even exist anymore. And so there, further and further, you're just able to handle more and more energies to transmute, right? So then when people come to you for assistance or help, you're actually able to pull them from that lower level frequency and transmute that energy because you did it yourself. This is why we have to heal ourselves first before we can help anybody else. And you're going to find that the things that you have healed in your own life will be what your purpose is. It will be how you help other people heal. People you attract in your life. Fortunately, unfortunately, because their soul knows that you're the person that can help. So let's go over a little bit of the sciencey side behind this process, guys, and that might make a little bit more sense. I did go over earlier a little bit of how you have to place your conscious awareness on what you want to create, because that is what your mind will design a reality around. That's how it works. So your mind is going to take the easiest path of resistance because that's how we are wired, and we cannot take the easiest path when you are working in your frontal brain. And what I mean by this, guys, is the logical side, the thinking side. You cannot actually create from this side. You will overthink it and it will be a lot of resistance. To actually create, guys, and flow through life, you have to be in the flow state, which is the right side of the brain, which is the feminine side, which is intuition. So literally, you have got to slow down. You have to turn off the overthinking. You have to slip into more of a meditative flow state. And you almost have to forget about your manifestation. You cannot keep overthinking it and trying to think about what you need to do next. What do I need to do? No, what you need to do is let go of expectation and what you think needs to happen. And you need to let go, let flow, let God. Trust, surrender, let go, because that is literally how the answers are going to come to you, and they're going to come in the moment like that. Otherwise, if you're overthinking and trying to make movements in the physical or keep on overthinking, you're going to find there's a lot of resistance around it because we just cannot create from this point of being, guys. We overthink it. So intuition comes in the moment. You're not ever going to know when it comes, until it hits you, until it's right freaking in front of you, the aha moment. This is why like so many people get downloads when they're doing meditative things like cooking or cleaning or jogging, you know, doing activities that basically you can just be relaxed and not think. So the other side of this too, guys, is with the right and left side of the brain, the masculine and the feminine, the left side is the logic. It is the thing that wants to understand why it is we're feeling the way that we're feeling. Every human wants to compartmentalize the emotions. They want to understand, why do I feel like this? It's a natural thing to do, okay? So that is why the inner work helps with identifying what it is and assigning logic to it, but not identifying with it and making it part of your ego, okay? It is identifying it and then going over to the emotional intelligence, which is separating yourself from this, being the observer and choosing a higher reality. It's consciously choosing what you think, how you act, and feel. So therefore, you can choose to feel a higher one and create that. That is being a conscious creator. That is emotional intelligence. In order to do this, you have to have a balance of the right and left side of the brain. So this is where actually psychic development has really helped me, guys, is you have to have a balance of your right and left side of the brain, because when you receive information from your five senses, you're gonna wanna assign logic to it, right? I want to understand, okay, I'm feeling this emotion, like why, what is this? What does this mean, right? And so then the intuition actually gives you the answer. Then you're able to relay the message to the client. You know, you have to have a balance of both masculine and feminine energies. Now, for a human experience, we are very all over the place. Sometimes some activities require more logical thinking. Sometimes activities require more feminine thinking. It's an ebb and flow of energy. But when you're really wanting to do shadow work and process the energy or do psychic development, things of that nature, you have got to identify this process. Or if you're trying to quote unquote heal something in your life and transmute energies, you have got to go through this process. It's going to up level your life tenfold, and you won't have to enter into that reality again where the same things were triggering you, okay? Eventually those things aren't going to trigger you anymore because you're not feeding that vibration with your conscious awareness, because you're no longer on that level of reality. They kind of both go hand in hand, but you see it for what it is now. So when something enters into your reality, used to trigger you or did trigger you before, you no longer see it as that, so it doesn't bring you down. But ultimately, guys, like I said before, it is the thought that you are separate is keeping you separate. It's where you're placing your conscious awareness is what is creating those lower level frequencies, is because it's the idea that something is wrong. It's the idea and the self-judgment that you are holding, feeling these lower level frequencies because the thought is causing it, right? The light and the dark is God, guys. Your conscious awareness is God. You are the energy. So it's neither good nor bad. It just all seriously is. And we have got to level ourselves up and not see energy as bad, but just see it for what it is. Information. It's information to tell you more about yourself and your human experience. It's information to expand and to help you expand. This is how it's happening for you guys. We need these experiences to get to where we want to go. This is the whole point of the physical 3D reality. This is the whole point of the darkness, guys. Otherwise, what is the point of being here? Embrace it. Embrace the human experience. This is why you're here. Otherwise, there's really nothing else to do in the vast web of creation in the universe, right? I hope this video helped you guys. I hope it shifted your perception, maybe changed a few things in your shadow work routine. Maybe you feel like you don't need to do shadow work anymore. But not saying that it doesn't help, guys. Shadow work, there's a place for it. I'm sending you all of my light and all of my love. We'll see ya.